Hey guys, my name is Raice Stevens. I was just going to give you a quick showdown of what I've got going on here. So I'm actually a one guitar kind of guy. I know a lot of people like changing guitars and flipping back and forth and whatnot, but really I just like playing one guitar. So what I've got here is just a Fender Stratocaster, standard, but it does have something that's kind of cool and allows me to do a bunch of different things. It's called an S1 switch, which sits in the volume pot here. You can actually see when I push it in, it's actually a push button. And so what that does is changes these pickups from parallel to series. And in other words, that just means it makes it sound bigger, it makes it sound fatter. You can get it from sounding kind of thin from where the Strat sounds, that bell tone Strat, to sounding more. It's got that kind of Les Paul rock and roll sound. So that allows me to play play one guitar the whole set, because I can bounce back and forth between single coils and somewhat humbuckers. Next in what kind of makes my tone, and this is brand new, I first came from Pod HD 500. I followed kind of the Lincoln Brewster thought process. I used his patch for a while and then kind of mixed it around to my own, but I've now upgraded. Actually, it's brand spanking new. You can see here, check this out. Ready? Get right on down in here. First time taking off the plastic. But I'm just running an AC30 patch. Got a couple boosts on there, some reverb, ton of delay, worship guitar, ton of delay. And then that's pretty much all I run. Cable, straight in, I don't even wireless. So.
Hey guys, my name is Shane Stevens. I'm the keyboardist for Rid of the Hearts. I'm gonna take you through what I use in my regular everyday rig whenever I play with RTH. First of all, I kind of want to start out with, this is my brand new baby. It's called the Mo DX. It is modeled after the newest Yamaha flagship keyboard, the Montage. It's really, really neat, really, really user-friendly, really easy to make any sort of changes, patch changes on the fly. So if you want to come up here, I can show you kind of what I do. So I kind of base everything off of, this is called a live set page, and these are all patches that I've either made or set inside here. So I typically mostly stay with my piano and pad, and that's what I do a lot with when we're playing worship songs or anything like that. And I have piano layered with some pad, and I can easily just take the pad out if I want and just have so that's really cool. There are also some non-piano things that you can do a lot with this. For instance, there's a patch that's set up, it's called a Rhodes Gallery. So basically you have 4 different Rhodes, 4 different electric pianos. You can just switch through them really easily. So I can switch right into the next one. So you can do a lot of cool things like that, and spin a bunch of knobs and adjust the modulator wheel and assign and do all this, that, and the other. And they make it really, really easy to assign all that stuff. Now my next keyboard up here is a Mo X6. This is kind of a smaller keyboard, really, really lightweight, really, really awesome to travel on the road with. One really cool thing about this is they also make it really easy to do some effect stuff. So for instance, I'm in an organ patch right here, and I have a lot of overdrive on this to make it kind of a little bit more crunchy. So for instance, there are some sections where we use vocoder and some talk box stuff. So I kind of take over the role of vocoder guy, but basically I can use my voice to control the timbre of the instrument. So, hey, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Wow. So I think that's a really neat thing we can use this for. Last thing I have on my keys is this nice little sample pad. We use this to run our tracks in Ableton. So we got our track computer over here to the right. But some cool things with it is we basically got it set up to control the volume of the track, the volume of the click. There are a lot of the times within worship that we you know, we want to continue on past the end of a song. So there will be times where I'll just take the click and turn it down, for instance.
1, 2.
Here's the click.
1.
I can just turn down the click, and then the track will still keep going, as heard here. And then as the song ends, I can start to take that out. So yeah, I think that's kind of the down and dirty of my rig. Nothing too complicated. Pretty simple guy. So.
Hey, my name's Joe. I'm with Render the Hearts. I can't even say Render the Hearts right. Hey, my name's Joe. I'm with Render the Hearts, and I just want to tell you a little bit about what I'm playing. I've got a really awesome, beautiful kit from a custom company in New York called Response Custom Drums. Got a 10-inch tom here, I've got a 12-inch tom, and then a big fat 16 tom down here, and then a 22-inch kick drum. They're made of 3 different types of wood. There is mahogany, oak, and maple. The only one that's different is my snare drum, which is from a company called Thumb Drums. I actually saw this guy selling the shell on Instagram, and I was like, hey, I think I could build a drum out of that. And it turned out to be one of the best sounding snare drums I've ever played. It's just really well built, it's really pretty, the shell's really well done, so I was real happy with it. I'm playing with Supernatural cymbals. 2 of them, my crash cymbals, are from the Constellation series, and then my ride and my hi-hats are from the Divine series. So. I also want to talk a little bit about my ear monitors and how we're kind of running those. I use 1964 ears. They've graduated to 64 audio now. So these are the older models. I'm hoping to get my new 64 audio ears in soon. But they're triple drivers, so they've got 3 speakers basically in each ear. And that kind of leaves a little bit of room for all the different frequencies. And that's really important as a drummer because there's just a lot going on. So we're also using a digital console, and that allows us to use our iPads and control our monitor mixes. And it makes it really easy on the sound guy and on us, because we don't have to spend time in sound check to, you know, give me a little more guitar or a little less keyboard or something like that. So this is just kind of what it looks like. Everything's labeled really well. We actually run 2 channels for the bass, for the lower frequencies and the higher frequencies. And a lot of things we're running stereo. And just, obviously you can see I like hearing my drums a little bit because the kick and snare are up pretty loud. But it's a pretty awesome way to just have more control and save a little bit of time in sound check. So the Soundcraft Performer allows us to do that, our digital console. And it's a pretty awesome feature.
Hey. Are you going to sing? I'm going to get the person sing to the end of the chairs or watch you sing.
You're going to sit down and watch me sing?
Uh-huh.
Hey guys, I'm Mike, lead singer, rhythm guitar for Render the Hearts. Just want to give you a little bit about what I've got going on. Use a Helix rack. I don't really have a lot going on the Helix. I kind of keep it simple. I've got some drive, some delays. On a couple of my patches, I use the snapshot feature where I kind of pull up something specific to a song and then like switch to something. Turn multiple effects on with one pedal. I do that a little bit. I also run my acoustic through the Helix and do some effects on it as well. So, you know, like with my rhythm stuff, there's not really a lot going on. Mainly, I'm running this through the Helix mainly just for ease of switching guitars. I've got an Audio-Technica System 10 wireless system, and this Nutric, in theory, noiseless plug that I can go in and out. So just switching guitars, it's just all pretty seamless. So over here, my rack, I've got a couple pedals racked here. I've got a Boss compressor. This is an F3 overdrive a friend of mine that lives in Tennessee built, and then this is a Super Rat, Turbo Rat. The Helix rack just makes sense for me. There's less out on stage, just the controller running Cat 5. This computer here is running Pro Presenter. Ableton controls it just for my stage display for lyrics up front. 85% of the time it works. So we've all been Line 6 fans for a long time. Raice had an HD 500. Yeah, come sing. We're kind of all in the Helix family, and we're really excited about it. It's really cool to be able to go into any space, plug directly in the PA, and know that that what we hear is going to be exactly what we had at home. So it's cool.
Okay.
Can you tell me what you're using there? Tell me about your rig.
Yeah, I can get a rig. I make a daddy tomorrow.
My girlfriend braided my hair.
Go home, Shane.
What is that? What's he playing?
Bass.
All right, hey guys, what's up? My name is Jonathon Nicholson. I play bass for Rent of the Hearts. I'm gonna give you a quick overview of the space station I got going on over here. I'm using a Fender Precision bass. It's Mexican model. I'm missing the volume knob. A lot of people ask me if this is a custom. It's not. I just lost it and I've been too lazy to buy another one and put it back on. So I'm running this through Line 6 Helix. I'm not using any amps on the bass line. The main thing I use, I have an overdrive that I leave on the whole time just to give it a little bit of color and a little bit of grit. When I really dig in, you can hear overdrive and get that sound. Next thing I have going on, sometimes I'll pop on kind of like a funk filter. Sometimes I'll use a reverb when I'm playing up the octave, just to give it more room to breathe in the mix. And then it's just going out to the PA and then out into the world. Got that part out. Next over here, I have analog monophonic synth that I use for a lot of sub bass stuff. So it's massive and just sounds nasty. It's awesome. I run it through the Helix as well, so I kind of use the Helix as a mixer, big and fat. I have this contraption right here. In this rack case I got going on right here, I have a talk box. Something new that I just got. I've had it for about a year now. I'm still learning, still working on it, but I love to use it. It just adds a different dynamic to our sound. There's not a lot of people that do live talk box. The sound comes through the tube and then goes into the mouth, out the microphone, goes back into the Helix, and goes to front of house to be mixed. So again, I'm using my Helix more like as a mixer to mix all of these sounds and send it all out just on 2 lines.
This has been my run down.
Do that one more time.